So in terms of my crypto profits, that's 150%
Love it.
type
Fantastic.
portfolio. On my stocks portfolio, my profits are 100%.
Today we're chatting with Archie Bhatia, a woman who once thought investing was only for Wall Street insiders.
I associated trading and investing. Wall Street were a bunch of charlatans.
Yep.
I just said, I don't want to be part of this. I just couldn't relate to that.
Well, after working for 25 years in the oil industry, she decided to retire early. And Archie started learning about stocks to supplement her pension and make some extra income. And she went from feeling very unsure about investing to making a 550% profit on a single investment. And now her entire crypto portfolio is 150% in profit.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, for me, Cardano as well.
Interesting.
I'm a real believer in Cardano.
Are you?
I see it as an essential part of my portfolio.
In this exclusive interview, Archie shares her investment journey. So if you want to retire early and comfortably, her story will inspire you, guaranteed. So let's hear from her. So Archie, before you started investing, what was your financial education? Did you have any?
None, actually, apart from my parents.
Your parents?
Yeah, my parents were savers. So they, so
they started. Me.
I know. So they started us off with our building society accounts when we were really young, and also encouraged us to get on the property ladder as soon as possible.
This is really interesting. So they started encouraging you to invest as soon as possible.
In property, as in, but more for a home. So get on the property ladder.
Property is one of the pillars. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Yeah. So I was really lucky. So I got on the property ladder in 1991, bought a flat. Interest rates were 13%.
Brilliant. And you bought them at 13. Brilliant. People aren't buying them now. Okay.
So I was really lucky to get on the property ladder at a young age.
Yeah,
in my
of
20s.
course. That you've got lots of time for it to grow, and it has grown.
Yes.
What was, before you started investing in stocks and shares, and we'll come on to whether you do stocks, shares, do you do cryptos or whatever.
Yeah.
Before you started trading and investing, what was your education in trading and investing?
Oh, zero.
Zero?
Yeah, and I had no interest in it whatsoever because I associated trading and investing. Wall Street were a bunch of charlatans, so it was kind of like, so it was like Gordon Gekko.
Yes, and the Wolf of Wall Street, which I refused to watch for 2 years till somebody forced it on me.
And then I just said, I don't want to be part of this. I just couldn't relate to that, and I thought, I can't, so I knew about stock investing, but I never wanted to get into it because it didn't align with my values. My perception of it didn't align.
Your perception of your
didn't
values.
Align with my
this
values.
is so fascinating. So then, in that case, follow-up question. So why did you, or how did you?
Yeah, it was only when I actually got educated, and I had no idea what kind of bear and bull and long and short meant. But then when I started actually, understanding that actually the stock market is just a collection of businesses that are looking to, kind of raise capital through their shareholders.
Amazing.
And that changed my perception of the whole thing. I thought, I'm actually investing in businesses. I'm not going to be a Gordon Gekko and, a wolf on Wall Street. I'm actually going to be an investor. And that's what changed my...
Amazing.
Yeah, that's what
and so what do you... So
me.
it's stocks and shares that you started with then?
Yes.
So what do you like about stocks and shares?
Well, I like the fact that I can, invest
It's very different to property, right?
Yeah, very different to property. So what I like about it is liquid. Yeah, so property is really illiquid. I mean, it's taken me as an example 8 months to sell one of my buy-to-let properties. Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I mean, I think you should do both, right?
Yes,
it's
I know.
Not just, it's better than property. No.
No.
It's both.
Absolutely. Yeah. But the thing is, I'm too weighted in property. And what I wanted to do is diversify and actually move some of my kind of property assets, sell them, and then move that money into stocks and shares and crypto.
Makes sense. And do you still do stocks and shares to this day?
Yes.
You do?
I do.
How long have you been doing it now?
Since 2019.
How long have you been with us?
Since early 2020.
Fantastic.
So 5 years.
So you've been with us. Are you still with that other person?
Yes.
I
joined their apprentice program. I love learning. So
yes, you do. You do everything. I know you do. I mean, literally, you travel all around the world.
Well.
You do?
But I also do loads of training. So my hierarchy of values, the top one is actually learning.
Learning.
Yeah. Second one is
Have you thought about actually educating them? Because if it is, then what about helping other people?
Yeah. Well, I do. I actually informally mentor some of my friends' children.
Right.
Nice. Yeah. And also friends of friends who are wanting to get started in investing. I'll sort of have conversations with them as well.
Yeah.
About that.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what have your results been in stocks and shares?
In stocks, really good. So my highest, sort of profit, percentage-wise, was actually on Palantir. I made 555%.
What strategy did you use on that?
VCA.
VCA?
Yes.
But that's our strategy. So hold on a moment.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. Okay.
And I'm still in it, actually.
Are
so
you?
what I was doing was I was applying the crypto principles
Yeah.
to a stock.
Yeah.
So I actually got in. I've been in it for 2 years now.
2 years. So you right?
yeah.
Okay,
So
that's fantastic.
yeah.
But
So I
are
just
you
kind of
milking it
ride
at all?
Oh,
Are you?
absolutely.
Oh, you are.
Yeah,
Give us a moo.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, moo. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're gonna milk.
Yeah,
You're gonna milk that cow, right? Okay. So you've been taking money, which means
Yeah.
that as it drops, what could you do?
I could actually reinvest, but I don't, because I'm actually, sort of feathering out my position, and I see it as long as I'm never going to sell it all.
What if it dropped by 50%? What would you do?
Oh, then I would.
Ah,
Yes. Yeah. 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 But
Okay, that's
yeah.
really good. Do you use the strategies that we've taught you more for cash flow, or do you use it to reinvest? And if so, do you do it in stocks and shares, or in something else, or in property?
Well,
or
I've got an interest. I sort of. So I have an ISA, which is what I use.
So you
for
do
my,
it tax-free?
I do, yes.
Amazing.
But I use my ISA not as a way to actually compound. I actually use it more as a type of a cash flow. So my ISA funds my, travel and my learning. So
You're
what
supposed
I
to
do,
reinvest.
I know, but to me though, it's kind of like it serves a purpose.
Of course.
So I think
That's your thing.
That's my thing.
Your
Yeah.
thing is traveling and learning.
I know, because of my personal
Like I said, I know. Well, I know
No,
you know.
Yeah. But it's my personal circumstances,
Yeah.
because I'm single, I don't have children.
Yeah.
So it's
Got
like
nothing weighing you down.
no, no. And I just think, for me, life is an adventure.
Yeah, lovely.
And it's,
So that's your kind of belief, life is an
yes,
adventure.
Absolutely.
So that's why you're not
Yeah.
scared to also learn new things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Talk
and I
to us
have a
about-
naturally, kind of inquisitive mind. I'm very, very curious. I always just want to learn about
Amazing.
everything.
Do you?
Yeah.
But I just want to distinguish here between learning and earning. Do you just
Yeah.
learn, or do you actually take action on these things as well?
Sometimes it's, kind of learning for learning's sake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is
Which
fine.
is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes I do take action as
Yeah.
well. But I'm one of these people, I
Interesting.
can't just, stick with one.
No.
See, I'm like the person that goes to the buffet and I have
Yeah.
to try a little bit of everything.
I love that. I love buffets.
And then I'll go back, and the bits that resonate with me or that I really enjoyed, I would then go back into, kind of and take more. So that's how I operate.
I think
is
that's
I
how
try.
most people operate. But
Yeah.
I never.
Well, no, to some
Yeah, but
people,
not in a buffet,
Yeah.
right? So I'm just
Yes.
wondering why don't we do that more in life?
Yes.
We're
So
very
that's
like
always,
this.
Yeah.
And this is what I know in my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Whereas you are always, because every time you're like, we're in contact, oh, I'm
Yeah.
here, oh, I'm on this course, oh, I'm doing this. So, but your
Yeah.
guiding philosophy, your belief is life is an adventure.
It is, absolutely. Yeah.
Love
it
that.
is, yeah. And also another belief I have is that money is just energy. So, for me it's about, I don't focus on the money. I actually focus on life and having a good life.
Okay, and so you focus on that, and so let me ask you then, but financially, are you doing well?
Yes.
With that belief?
Yes,
You are?
absolutely.
So
yeah.
it's really interesting,
So-
because before we spoke, you do lending and things like that.
Yes. Yeah.
And I said, yeah, but have you ever lost money?
Yeah.
Somebody, and you said yes, and I went, oh
Yeah.
wow, because you might make 12% lending,
Yeah.
whatever it is,
Yeah.
but you would lose 100%, which
Yeah.
means, and your answer was yes, and it hurts relationships.
Yes.
Which is really fascinating. You didn't
Yeah.
focus on the money.
No.
You focus as much on the relationship.
To me, it's actually, that's the reason I lent the money, is because it was all about the relationship.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm also, and I'm very, conscious of that. I don't just lend money, if I can get a good return. For
You
me,
were in
it's all
the
about
oil
relationship.
industry for 25 years.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's unusual.
What, really?
I don't
Why?
know.
I don't know.
Well,
It's,
like you
yeah.
thought that Wall Street So when I think of oil, I think of like plundering the earth, and
See, I look at it differently.
Okay, I'm sure you do.
So I see it as providing people with energy in order for them to carry on with their daily activity. I mean, that's we're an energy provider.
Yeah. And plundering the earth, or not?
No. I mean, I worked in the environmental area as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So I did my master's in environmental engineering. So I did chemical engineering as my first degree, and then I actually, specialised in environmental engineering. So
I love that. Okay. So I'm going to ask you this question: what made you start investing, despite your feeling that it was for experts? What was it?
The realisation that I was too heavily invested in property. So I started, sort of investing in property at the age of 40. So that was almost 20 years ago.
Right.
And that was because I wanted to
You've
take
told everybody
early
your age
retirement.
now, you do realise that.
I know, that's fine. I'm happy with that. And you're supposed to say, oh, you don't look a day.
Well, that was my next sentence. But you don't. But darling, you totally look fabulous.
Yeah, so I don't mind saying it, but I'm going to be 60 next year.
Yeah.
So
Are we having a party?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, on the farm.
Yeah. Am I invited?
Of course.
So you wanted to diversify.
I did.
Too heavy in one thing.
Too heavy in one thing.
Why not be too heavy in one thing? Why not?
Well, you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket.
Okay.
And also, I wanted to
even if it's working, even if that basket is working?
Absolutely.
Because there's two trains of thoughts, right? One is you diversify, don't put all the eggs into one basket. And the other one is you put all your eggs into one basket, but you watch it like a hawk.
Yes.
Those are the two, but yours is more...
Yes, and also I wanted something that was more liquid. Property isn't...
No,
and
for your travels.
Well, no, and also it's it's kind of like property is a hassle.
Okay.
And so now what I'm also doing is actually investing in fractionalized investing, which
we talked about
before.
But so you don't think that investing in stocks and shares is a hassle because you need to look at it almost every day?
I hardly look at it. I really don't.
Because you're more long-term investor.
I'm a long-term investor, and I also take myself out of the equation as well.
Yes.
And I kind of try and automate everything and just.
Nice. You've got a great philosophy, and you leverage, therefore, your time and your effort as well.
Yes, absolutely, which I have to because I'm really, really busy. So
you're really busy traveling.
No, honestly. You're getting the wrong impression.
I love it.
Marcus, no.
I don't know, am I?
No, I do lots of other things.
Oh, okay.
So I volunteer. I mean, I used to be on my parish council.
Yeah.
I volunteer. I lead walks for ramblers.
Nice.
Yeah, volunteer for
you
several
really live
trusts.
life.
I do. Yeah, because to me, I really do see that life is a gift.
And therefore, is this the whole philosophy, and that's why you wanted to retire early?
Yes,
because you didn't want, because you wanted to live more, as opposed to, I'm just putting words in your mouth, I don't know.
Yeah, because I wanted to be young enough and fit enough to do all the things I want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and as much as I love my work, and I have so much to be grateful for, for the career that I had, because I was able to combine my passions of travel and learning with my with my profession.
But I love what you said just now about living your life, whatever you want to do, but doing it earlier so that you can fully enjoy it. Because you can do it later when you're 70 or 80, but let's go and explore the Tuscany countryside. Oh, I can't walk properly. Well, it's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Really good, really inspirational, I have to say.
Thank you. And then also it was a case of, I made a decision early on in my life as well that I didn't want to have children. So, it was never something that I never wanted.
Let's fast forward to today, okay?
Yeah.
What are your total profits and what strategies did you use?
So in terms of my crypto profits, that's 150% at the moment.
On your entire portfolio?
Love it, fantastic. Portfolio. And then on my stocks portfolio, because I use my ISA in an interesting way.
And you take money out.
I actually take money out. So my profits are 100%.
How are you going to calculate that?
Yeah, well, because I know what my starting point is.
Yeah. But you keep taking money out.
Yeah. But I don't add to it. So
How does it feel? Do you feel that these are good returns or amazing returns, or how do you feel?
I'm happy with them.
You're happy with them.
Really
interesting. Because most people would go, what? How? When? But you're happy with them.
I am, absolutely.
Do you think it's normal for you now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, it's become the norm.
Yeah.
It's almost. Do you have that expectation that it's going to continue?
I do, but not at the same. But I'm not kind of. Sort of
relying on
that. Yes.
Because you have diversified.
I have.
You didn't say, I'm going to stop
Yes.
doing this, now I'm going to do this. Some people do this,
Yeah.
by the way. They come to us and they say, oh, great, then I can give up my job. No, that's not what this is about.
Yeah.
This is about you diversifying away from one source of income.
Yes.
Now you'll have two, or growth of wealth, and then property and other things, etc.
Exactly. Yes, I still have my property portfolio, albeit smaller than it was originally, because I'm now moving that money into other areas.
When you started the value cost averaging, which is our investing strategy, but it's a little bit of active investing. It's not just like leave it and come back once a year. You don't do that, do you? You do look at it a little bit more than once a year.
Once every 2 months.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Do you have any alerts on at all?
Oh yeah, all my alerts. Yeah, everything is
so
done
you
by
are
alerts.
okay. All right, fine.
Yeah, but
you've set up the systems.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Because if something drops by 50%, you want to buy some more, right? So
yeah.
Okay, which might be news to people here because they're going, if something drops by 50%, do you not want to get out? Well, no, because...
No, I want to put in more.
Why? If something drops by 50%, it could go to zero.
Because you want to lower your average price.
Ah, okay, yeah. But only of something that you believe in, that
Absolutely.
That is a good business.
Yeah. So I have my watch list of, I'm very much into technology. So that's what I
So you're into
invest in
AI?
mostly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll come on to cryptos in a moment then, because if you're into technology, then the step from stocks and shares to cryptos would have been a simple one, I guess.
It was, and it was funny because I first came across Bitcoin in 2017 and took no action because I thought it was a scam, and it was only when I started reading about it and I read the Bitcoin Standard by Safety Moose, and that just turned my whole philosophy around about it, and I thought, wow, this is amazing. Yeah, I want to be part of this.
A lot of people say it's a scam and then that's it, instead of do some research and then decide whether it's a scam or not. They just say it's a scam, which cost me about $80 million. Yeah, let's move on. But because I was $600 when I first saw it. Yeah. And said it was a scam. Yeah. But I didn't do any research.
Yeah. Well, I was too busy at the time actually to really kind of look into it in any detail, and I thought, I'm not let me just park this and. And then it wasn't until 2020.
By the way, how much money did you start with when you started investing?
In crypto?
In anything. In anything that's liquid, stocks, shares, cryptos, anything?
Well, I started with 20,000 in my ISA and 20,000 in crypto.
Okay. Now, some people might say, well, I don't have 20,000, so I can't do it. Could you start with less?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you didn't put all 20,000 in.
No. So I basically calculated based on my, on my kind of whole portfolio. And I invested 5% of that portfolio into crypto and the same into stocks.
Because that's how you started?
Because I was finding my way.
Did you do demo account first?
No.
You went straight in live?
Because I started with VCA.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't need to. You don't need to demo.
It's
VCA.
true. It's true. It's true. You don't need to.
And I'm concentrating on investing. I don't really do trading. Yeah. But
what is trading to you then? That you say, oh, I don't do trading. What is that to you?
Well, it's just because for me with trading, I need the headspace for trading, whereas for investing is more passive.
Yes.
And I can actually do that with my.
True.
Kind of with my.
It's kind of doing the
lifestyle.
sing thing, but just in a shorter time frame.
Yes.
And intraday trading would be doing it even shorter time frame. So you go in, out, in, out, in, out.
Yeah. Which I do want to do, by the way.
You do?
Yes, I do actually really want to master trading.
Yeah, you can do.
Yeah.
The contrarian momentum strategy on cryptos is working incredibly well.
I was actually doing that earlier, but not, kind of not at the moment.
Okay. No. Have you ever added to your ISA account? Do you add every year or not?
No.
You don't?
No.
That's it? Yeah. So how much do you have in your ISA account now?
20,000.
So that's what you do. I got it. So I've got it now. So you start with 20,000.
Yeah.
As it grows, you go, great, and you take some out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. So you're using it for cash flow.
Yes. Well, no, to fund my lifestyle and travel and education. So that's what I use. Okay. So it has a specific purpose, which is what I like actually. So I look at all my investments and I think, what is the purpose that they're serving? And that's how I.
All right. So, but what about this? What about you, for 1 or 2 years, compound it up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to say, right? And then you have 100,000.
Yes.
And then do that.
That's my strategy for this year, actually.
So you're going to start doing that?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever thought about leverage and using other people's money?
Oh, absolutely.
Because now you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But not leverage as in leverage like 100 to 1. I mean, just, okay, well, now I know what I'm doing and do it, yeah.
I mean, that ultimately is what I'd love to be, is a prop trader.
I was about to say, we should talk about that, because we have a course on that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought?
Yeah.
Before it was like, trading and investing, Wall Street, no. Now it's like, I want to be a prop trader.
I know. I know, isn't it funny?
For the people at home, by the way, proprietary trading, prop trading is, generally speaking, where you trade other people's money. They have money, they give you money. They don't give it to you, but they give you access to an account.
Yeah.
You're doing what you're doing anyway on your account, but you also have that other account. So whatever you're doing on your account, you're doing there. And as you make money for them, they give you a percentage.
Yeah.
Leverage, love it.
Absolutely.
Leverage time, money, absolutely fantastic. Okay, we should talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about cryptos.
Yeah.
Because cryptos is a lot more volatile than stocks.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because most people say, oh, stocks are very volatile. Really? Have a look at cryptos. Stocks, compared to cryptos, volatility?
No, but some stocks can be really volatile, though.
Especially the blockchain ones.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And the AI ones, That's true. That is very true. So how do you deal with volatility?
I embrace it. Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
Do you think most people out there, they go, oh, great, my portfolio's dropped by 30%,
No, they're frightened of it, actually. It scares them like anything.
Or even worse, they might actually sell.
Yes.
It's gone down 30%, so sell. What are you doing? It's the other way around.
Yeah.
It's a mind. Was it easy to do that mindset shift? It was.
For me it was, because I've been doing personal development and personal growth for so many years that, it was, And in fact, you know, what's really interesting now is that I use my trading as part of my personal growth. So that's,
what do you mean?
Yeah, in the sense that I look at trading as an insight into self-awareness and how I behave.
It's an absolute mirror.
It is.
But it's a faster mirror, because you
it's
don't look at it every day. It's immediate, because the results are immediate. Oh, can I do what I'm supposed to do or not? Why can't I press the button? What's wrong with me?
Exactly. So I'm actually now using the trading and investing as another personal.
So tell me more about that.
Yeah.
Because you're the first person to have said, so tell me more about that.
Yeah. So for me, again, going back to my values, my purpose is, self-awareness. So that's kind of what I'm about.
Okay.
And I always just go back to Socrates' quote of, kind of know thyself and be thyself. So that's what my kind of mantra is.
Yeah.
And so and it's really funny, because I, now focus on the trading part as a tool for self-awareness.
The investing or the trading part, or you're just lumping
both.
it all together, both? Okay.
Yeah, both.
But how? How specifically?
Yeah. In terms of looking at my emotions. So how do I feel when I'm choosing a particular stock?
Ooh.
So I actually do go back to my values again. So there are certain companies I won't invest in. So I won't invest in tobacco companies, for example.
No, I never have.
Yeah. And, other companies, for example, I'm going to say Microsoft I won't invest in because of Bill Gates. No.
Oh, because the whole land thing and the vaccine and all this kind of stuff?
Yeah, that connection. So, but Apple I will. I absolutely love Apple. And I all my, sort of laptop and everything is all Apple.
Yeah.
So happily invest in Apple.
Okay. You're an Apple girl.
I'm an Apple girl, absolutely.
That's really interesting. Okay. But do you allow, this is really interesting, but trading and investing, generally speaking, is not about emotions. It's about following rules. So you don't, can I make a distinction? So is it that it's not that you get emotional.
No.
It's like, no. It's that you're tapping into your emotion.
Yeah, both. I use it as a way to, for me, for self-awareness is understanding how I behave in certain situations, and when I recognize certain feelings coming up or certain emotions, and those can be triggered through trading and investing.
Yes.
So what I'm doing is using that as a tool for self-awareness.
Right, so give me a concrete example of that then, a concrete example.
Yeah.
So something has fallen a lot.
Yeah.
And you're not in it yet, and you're looking at it, and then what kind of emotions could come up?
Fear.
Fear.
Yeah.
And then, as a result of that...
I'll give you an example of one that I'm in at the moment.
Please.
So, Beyond Meat, I've been in.
Yeah.
And a massive loss.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I had done BCA so many times on that, and then suddenly it's just, what's happened? Is nobody, what's going on?
Exactly. And so my initial, kind of reaction to seeing that, I mean, I'm literally down 90% on it. My immediate reaction was one of, oh my God, kind of like, this is awful, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
But then again, it's just like, oh, and then I start asking myself, well, why am I thinking that way? What is it that's triggering that, sort of fear? Yeah. And then I just sort of put it into perspective and I think, well, okay, I may make a loss, that's fine. I'll be able to offset that with, gains I've made
That's
elsewhere.
one thing, yeah. But are you, okay, I love that. I want to layer that. So is there a way now that you are, I mean, we're getting into trading now, but there are several ways that you can actually recoup your money.
Yes.
If you would have sold options on a monthly basis, call options against it, you would have gotten premium, or you would have gotten income. Yeah. That would have lowered your average price. If you make 4% over 25 months, you've paid off. You can't lose any money anymore. So that's one way. Yeah. Are you still in it?
I am.
Does it still go up and down if you zoom in over the year?
Yes.
So is there a way for you to go, right, can I buy at the bottom, sell there, buy at the bottom? Deutsche Bank was a perfect example.
Yeah,
right?
I have actually considered that, but the thing is, I'm kind of that, I'm invested up to the my allocation, and I don't really want to put any more into it, so I'm just leaving it there.
Okay, but that's something that one could do, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And get your money back that way. Because I'm sure it makes 10% moves.
Yeah,
sure
PayPal is another one.
That's another one
as well.
And that's come up again.
It has,
which is interesting.
and actually I'm almost at break even now on PayPal.
Well, that's taken.
Yeah, but it's taken a while.
Almost 2 years, no?
Yes. Yeah.
And that's and that's why I am prepared to wait.
Yeah.
But because investing is months to years.
Yes.
But I prefer it to be months.
Yeah.
It could be days, right? But I'm prepared to wait.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah. Me too.
Well, when you know what you're doing, like selling some options against it, you can actually. It's all knowledge. It's It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. There's another question here, but you might already have answered this. Is how do you stay calm and avoid making emotional decisions during the ups and downs? Or do you use your emotions?
No. So what I do use my intuition.
Intuition.
Yeah. But also, as I mentioned earlier, I take myself out of the equation. So I try and automate everything. So everything's just, I set my limit orders in advance. I set my take profit orders in advance. Everything's alerted so that, I don't actually have to interact. I don't look at charts.
So you've set up systems so that well then how, because we teach 20 minutes a day.
Yes.
So how much time do you think that you are using?
Of that 20 minutes.
Is it 20 minutes a day? Is it 20 minutes a week?
No,
20 minutes a month?
In terms of looking at my, portfolio, it's probably about 20 minutes a week.
20 minutes a week.
Yes.
So you can get, so for people listening, you can get to 20 minutes a week, but you need to be organized.
Yes.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's one of your pillars.
Yeah.
How interesting. And of course, somebody who's in a job right now saying, I don't have the time, well, if you systemize it, you could do it in 20 minutes a week. Absolutely. Why would you not do it?
Once you've learnt, obviously, the strategies.
Obviously.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah. So that's going to take
like anything.
time.
Yeah, because at the beginning, I guess that's when it takes the most time, the learning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good. Okay, cryptos.
Yeah.
Have you made more money in cryptos than in stocks? I mean, you've been doing it less time, but...
No, I've actually made more. So I've made 150% in crypto.
On your entire...
On my overall portfolio.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So let's talk about cryptos then. How do you see cryptos fitting into your long-term plan? Like your retirement plan or whatever. I mean, you've been retired already, but...
Yeah. I see it as an essential part of my portfolio.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So other people see it as a total scam. You see it as an essential part of your
but
retirement.
only certain cryptos. Yeah.
Exactly, because most
Bitcoin,
are scams.
Yes, so, Bitcoin, Ethereum. For me, Cardano as well.
Interesting.
I'm a real believer in Cardano.
Are you?
I am, because I love Charles Hoskinson's approach to
So it's so interesting because we can get into discussion with this. I'm going to try not to, but some people have worked out that compared to Solana's usage,
Yeah.
Cardano is not used at
Yeah.
all, and it is like
Yeah.
70 times more expensive per user, Cardano is,
Yeah.
because it's just not being used.
Yeah.
Now, he might be building the foundation for something even greater, you don't
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
but everybody loves the approach and Charles Hoskinson, therefore it's a bit of a sect, which
Yes.
sect can
Yeah.
be a good thing or bad,
Yeah.
it just doesn't mean anything
Yeah.
unless you give it meaning, but religious
Yeah.
sect, blah, blah, blah. And that's why it's so powerful, because they
Yeah.
have such a strong, you can call it community, sect
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But it could actually be a meme coin because it's not being used, so there's no utility, and therefore, is it just a meme coin?
Well, I think it's a slow burner.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, yeah. And I think in the long term, it's going to do really well. Just
Do you know why
because-
it's going to do well? Because people
Yeah.
like you believe in it.
Yes, and also because things are being done in a very systematic way. If you look at
Very
the roadmap, for
slow and
Cardano, I know,
systematic.
but that I'm
It's
happy
a consensus, isn't it?
with that. It is.
Consensus view
It
as
is.
opposed to
Yeah.
staking or
Yeah.
proof of work.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And everything, you know, I mean, my impression of it is that everything is just being done so carefully, you know, like so much thought has been put into it.
I
You
get
know,
that,
kind
but
of,
so for example, a lot of these guys were always urging me to buy more XRP. I've got quite
well,
a few XRP, but
yeah,
I didn't, you know, and it was going, and then in the bull
Yes.
market, it didn't go up.
yeah,
And so to me, there's such a thing as, but do I want to be in something like that, which eventually might go up, or can I
Yeah.
just get into Solana, which is flipping
Yeah.
going up like 900%?
yeah.
What do you think
Yeah.
about that?
Well, see,
Because
I'm
you haven't
not,
mentioned Solana.
no, because I'm not invested in Solana.
How interesting, why not?
I was before, and then I sold my Solana holding when the whole FTX debacle happened,
Okay,
and then I never got back in.
okay.
But again, it's like I take a very different approach to my investing. So it's
I think
all
you take
about
a different approach to everything, not just your investing.
So for me, it's about, you know, I don't invest in XRP, for example,
Mhm.
either. Keith, don't, you know, say
No,
anything.
no. Keith,
But,
don't listen to this. If you're watching this, Keith loves XRP, but he's
I
got
know.
XRP on his car.
Yeah.
on
Oh, I
his
didn't
number plate.
notice that. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
mm,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it's about, you know, kind of very much, you know, I am influenced a lot by the people behind the projects.
Yeah.
So I have to say, you know, I love Charles Hoskinson when I hear him speak. You know, he's so articulate.
Okay, what advice would you give to someone who is maybe looking at retiring at some stage?
Mhm.
What advice would you give them when it comes to cryptos?
I would say dip your toe in the water.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, learn about it, read about it, get educated about it, see if it resonates with you.
And you
And
don't have to
then-
put all your money in,
And
do
you
you?
don't have to put all your money
This is
in,
what
just a
people,
bit.
they go,
Yeah, just a
well,
little
I
bit.
said, listen, I didn't say throw all your money in, did I? I
Yes,
just said, like, you
yeah.
can put £10 in,
Yeah,
but just
exactly.
start.
Yeah. I mean, I started with 5%,
Well, there you go.
you know, kind of my
Yeah.
overall portfolio.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So
And
is
I
it
want to grow that,
20,000?
actually.
So that was 1,000,
So-
so you started with 1,000. That's what I did as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then what I want to do, though, is make that percentage, now that I've got the, you know, the confidence in crypto and I really believe in it,
Yeah.
I actually want to grow that, you know, percentage allocation to 20%
Yes.
of my portfolio in crypto.
I think the difference is, though, because I don't know how much like income you have because you are retired, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But somebody looking at this who's either a business owner or has a job, you know, professionals, I mean, this is perfect for them because
Yeah.
on a monthly basis, they have money coming in.
Yes.
So if you can
Yeah.
allocate 10 to 20% to whatever your project is that you've done
Yeah.
some research in and keep
Yeah.
doing, especially when it dips,
Yes.
over time,
Absolutely.
holy moly, with the
Yeah.
volatility. And
Yeah.
I mean, personally, you know, and if it goes up a lot over a month, I would like take some off and milk
Yeah.
that cow.
Yeah.
It's actually
sure.
really simple, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
You just got to learn. Yeah. Okay. Can you share a goal that you've set yourself when you first started this journey?
So, well, it'll be kind of 5 years ago now. I set a goal of paying off my mortgage on my home.
The home that you live in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
By when did
Yeah.
you want to do that?
2027.
Okay.
Yeah. But I've actually, and I was going to do that through my investing.
Yeah.
But I've actually changed that goal now because
Yeah.
I am going to be paying off my mortgage,
Yeah.
but not through crypto and investing, but through selling my property and downsizing.
Okay. Yeah.
But then reinvesting that money into, you know, sort of.
It's all about
stocks
lifestyle
and
choices,
shares.
isn't it? Because you
Yes.
decided to take
Yeah.
that money, and instead
Yeah.
of doing that, you're saying, well, actually, there's a world out there that I want to discover while I still can.
Absolutely.
So you
Yeah.
kind of redirected. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And what are the biggest lessons that you've learned, would you say, from investing, good or bad?
Yeah.
Specifically liquid things.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. For me, the biggest lesson has been really believing in what you're investing in. Yeah, because I have invested in things that I didn't, you know, I went into because other friends of mine had gone into them.
Right.
And I kind of, you know, sort of got in without really doing my research, and I did get badly burned. So, you know,
sure, we've all done that.
Yes.
As long as we learn from that, that's fine.
Absolutely.
So let's do this. But you are in Beyond Meat. You're down 90%.
Yeah.
On your entire portfolio, you're still massively up, but that thing is down now. But that's different to getting into something because somebody said it was a good thing and you're not doing the research. Here, you did the research, and hey, shit happens.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's just out of favour at the moment. It doesn't mean to say that the company is going to go under.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
So,
no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've just made a distinction between being in a loss as opposed to losing money.
Yes.
Because most people say, oh, but you haven't sold yet.
Yeah.
Like PayPal was down massively,
it was
50,
about
60, 70.
Well, for me, I think I was down about 80% on PayPal.
And now almost back at break even.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's a distinction here between actually selling it, and that is a real loss, and a paper loss.
Exactly.
Most people don't make that distinction.
No.
They're like, oh, I'm losing. Well, okay, you haven't sold yet. What would you say to a woman who is thinking about investing? And I'll tell you why I asked that question. When we first started, by the way, we just celebrated our 21st year anniversary.
I know, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's great.
This is investment mastery I'm talking about. And when we first started, literally, we had one woman in the class, and I think she was dragged along by her partner, didn't really want to be there. Now, it's almost 50%.
Is it really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes I look and I think, it looks like a lot more women here. So I think potentially that it's going to flip.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Right, we can discuss that, but what would you say to a woman?
Invest, absolutely.
Why?
Why? Because of agency, in terms of, so by agency I mean empowerment.
Okay.
You know, sort of, I was very lucky actually. My parents brought myself and my sister up to be independent, you know, to stand on our own 2 feet. One thing my father said to me was never depend on a man.
All right. Your father said that?
Yes.
Very good.
Yes. Yeah. So I think it's imperative for all women to actually, you know, invest and have their own,
absolutely,
you know, sort of financial agency.
Yeah, financial agency. I've not heard that agency.
Yeah, agency. And I mean, when I say agency, I mean in terms of control, you know, kind of like being able to, you know, sort of forge your own path. You know, that's what I mean by agency.
So I totally agree with you, and I've always had that, and that's the way we're raising our kids as well. And the reason is because, and you do things because you learn, right? So my mother had to beg my stepfather on a monthly basis for money, like literally. Oh, I need. Well, how much? Well, this much. But why? Oh my goodness, do I have to explain? Okay, well, it's because the kids need shoes, but they had shoes last 6 months. Well, they're growing. So she had to like justify, and it's just, it means the relationship isn't on parity, it's actually here. It's like, please give me money. And that, you mentioned the word control.
Control.
It was all about control. And I was watching this, and no. And that's not a good relationship.
No, it isn't. Well, I was very fortunate. Both my parents worked, and my father, you know, encouraged my mum. She was to keep her own money, so he never wanted any of it. You know, it's kind of like that's her money to spend in the way that she wanted.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very healthy.
Yeah.
Very healthy. Did they have a shared bank account?
Yes.
As well?
They did. Yeah.
And then, but they had their separate money as well to spend on things.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter what the other
No.
Yeah, Half taught us that at the Millionaire Mind Intensive. I think it's and he said, "What? I can't believe you bought another fishing rod. What's it got to do with you? This is my money.
Exactly.
I can't believe you bought another pair of shoes. What's it got to do with you? This is my money. Oh actually, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay, this is awesome. Now, is there anything else that you would like to add at all that you think we might have missed?
No, I just want to say something about FOMO actually, and replacing it with JOMO.
Go for it. First of all, what's FOMO,
so
and then
FOMO
what's JOMO?
so FOMO is the fear of missing out.
Right.
But if you can embrace JOMO, which is the joy of missing out.
Whoa. Well, let's go into that. I've not heard that before. So why would somebody have FOMO? Give me an example.
Yeah. So basically, you're surrounded by people who are saying, oh, kind of Sue is the next best thing. You need to invest in it now, and then you get into it without doing any research. And then it may plummet. And you've then got, you have this terrible fear of missing out, and then when it does, you haven't got the emotional capacity to deal with it.
For example, yes. So because you've done research on something and it goes down, you go, great, I can buy some more because I really believe in this project.
Yeah.
If it's just like, why did you buy it? I don't know, and it's down 50%. What do I do? Because you don't really believe in it.
Yes, exactly.
So what's the JOMO?
Yeah. So the JOMO part is that you're happy with your portfolio as it stands. So if a new opportunity comes up, you can look at it and say, yeah, that's a great opportunity, but it's not for me at this time. And that is the joy of missing out.
The joy of missing out.
Yes.
So what came up here for me is joy, fulfillment, purpose, contentment with investing.
Yeah.
Whereas what most people, they have a massive fear of investing.
Yeah.
And the people that do actually invest, and therefore don't invest, and the people that do invest, they're like, this is so stressful. I wish I'd never started this thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're saying it doesn't have to be like that.
No, because there's no right way. There's only a way, there's only your way. So I try and, kind of don't get influenced by what's happening around me. I have my clear plan of what I want to achieve. I'm happy with the results that I'm getting. And I know that there are people that are getting far greater results, but I don't let that affect me because I'm happy with what I've got.
I think it's wonderful.
I'm happy with my approach.
I hope that resonates with people.
Yeah.
How did you get this philosophy? What happened? Did anything happen, or was it over time?
No, it was just, I think from a young age, I've kind of been on a search to, of kind of seeking, sort of what the meaning of life is.
So awareness, this self-awareness you were talking about.
Self-awareness has been huge. Yeah, because I kind of arrived, and I've always, from a young age,
Do you ever arrive, do you think? Or is it
well, no. When I say I arrived, as in, kind of like into, going into, through childhood, adolescence.
Oh, I see. As an adult.
Yeah, as an adult. Always, questioning, why are we here? What's the meaning of life? What's my purpose? And that's what took me on a kind of spiritual path.
Okay, so
now
looking
for answers.
Oh, great. So I'm going to ask you a question. What is the meaning of life?
42.
Is it? I thought it was 64. Is it 42?
Well, according to Douglas Adams, it's 42.
Is it?
Yeah. In Hitchhiker's Guide
to the Galaxy. I thought it was 60 something. Okay, it's 42. Now I knew what you were referring to, but I didn't know it was 40. I thought it was 60. Okay, so
well, for me, my purpose is self-awareness.
That is your purpose.
That's my purpose.
Your purpose is self-awareness.
Yes.
That means you know why you are doing something.
Yes. I know who I am as a person at the deepest level. And then anything that I do is a way for me to gain more self-awareness. And ultimately what I'm looking to do is actually raise my levels of consciousness. That's what that's what drives me.
Are you looking to reach nirvana?
I am actually. Yeah.
But there's no actually about it. I thought there might be it might be that.
No, right? I do want to, well, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I want to reach self-actualization.
Wow, well, what an inspiring journey. Archie's story shows that you can have the life that you desire at any age by taking control and live the life that you've always dreamt of. Her success proves that with the right strategy and the support of our expert team, you can create the retirement that you've always dreamt of. What part of Archie's story resonates most with you? Share your thoughts in the comments below.